Hello yogis, and welcome to Auric Asana's AstroYoga practice for Sagittarius season. So I love Sagittarius season. My son's sun sign is in Sagittarius, and I just love the fiery energy of Sagittarius. It's the third fire sign. So we've been through Aries season, which rules the head, Leo season rules the heart, and then Sagittarius rules the hip area. And most importantly, the liver, which is very interesting because in a lot of cultures, the liver is known as the seat of the soul. And without a healthy liver, basically the health of the liver is very important, and it's the only organ that can regenerate. So in today's practice, we will be detoxing our liver. We'll be working with Sagittarius in the body, so a lot of hip opening shapes and stabilizers. And what is also important about Sagittarius is its pursuit of wisdom. So its counterpart is Gemini, which knows wisdom through association. But with Sagittarius, it is universal truth that cannot be known or described with words. It can't be told, it can only be known. So it's the difference between knowledge and knowing. Chiron is the energy of Sagittarius. Chiron is the wounded healer in a lot of mythologies. He is the wise, gentle teacher who teaches people like Achilles. And I'm really into the Sagittarius energy, and don't know about you, but hip openers always feel really good in my body. So in today's practice, we'll be connecting to this inner truth, releasing anger, which is also stored in the liver, and detoxifying the liver. And yeah, that's kind of all I've got planned for this season. This is a practice that you should, if you can, do a few times throughout Sagittarius season to really embody and feel the knowledge and the energy of the sign of Sagittarius in this season. So let's get started, coming to seated on our mat. And we'll bring one shin in front of the other and really feel that seat, both sitting bones connecting to the earth. Take a moment with the hands on the knees to breathe into the space of the belly, in through the nose, belly expands, and exhale, belly softens. Take a few more rounds of breath. And then keeping both sitting bones connected, walk the hands forward, coming into a gentle hip opener, whichever shin is in front. You'll feel a gentle opening through the outside of that hip. Take 3 to 4 breaths. Energetically reaching the tailbone back and down into the earth. Inhale to rise up, tenting onto the fingers, and walk the hands over to your left. And then bow down again. Find space between the bottom of the rib and the hip. Breathe into the waist. Inhale to lift and walk all the way over to the other side. Keep that energetic root into the earth, and then bow the head down any amount. Again, creating space between the bottom of the rib cage and the hip bone, breathing into the waist. Notice if one side is tighter than the other. Inhale back through center, walk the hands back to your hips and behind, lift the heart, lift the gaze, engage the back of the body. And release, opposite shin in front. Again, connect to both sitting bones here, and then hinge forward from the hips. Keep connection through the sitting bones and bow the head down, feeling into the energetic openness of the other hip now. Inhale, tent onto the fingertips, walk over to the left side, find that space between bottom of the ribs and the hips, breathing into that space. Walk back through center over to the other side. Space between the bottom of the rib and the hip. Inhale. Back through center. Walk the hands back towards your hips. Bring the hands behind. Lift the heart. Lift the gaze. And release. We'll come onto hands and knees. Knees under the hips. Hands under the shoulders. Spread the fingers wide. Press into the knuckles so the wrists aren't bearing all the weight. And take a moment in a neutral spine. Start to energetically open the knees and feel the side of the hips waking up and activating. So without the knees actually moving, just spreading the knees apart, feeling the sides of the hips. Now keeping that engagement, move through your cat and cow. And then move and find a C curve into the side of the body. Again, feeling that space between the bottom of the ribs and the hips. Now lift the right leg up, hip height. Take a moment to square through the hips. Keep pushing the hands into the earth. Make sure you're engaging the back of the neck so there's a straight line from the back of the head to the heel. And then again, we'll find that cat-cow flow, and this time draw nose toward the knee and extend the leg back out. Maybe even moving into cow and lifting the foot up towards the sky. Nose to knee and leg up. Find a couple more. And then we'll step the right foot forward to the outside of the right hand, coming into a lunge with your hand on the instep. We'll start by stabilizing. Push the right knee into the right tricep into the right knee. Draw up this sense of stability into the hips and feel as though you're dragging their back knee towards your right foot. Plant into the left hand, bring the right hand to the top of the right thigh, lengthen the crown of the head away from the base of the spine and start to spiral through the spine. Landing in a steady, comfortable place, send the breath to the front of the left hip. Draw the shoulders away from the ears and together onto the back. And then either stay here or bending the back leg and take the right hand to the blade of the left foot. Find a couple more rounds of breath. release. Shift the hips back, heel toe the leg to the center of your mat, and stack the hip over the left knee. Lift the right toes and bow the heart toward the right knee. Take a few breaths into the back of the right leg. Externally rotate the right leg. Feel the stretch move to the outer line of the right leg. Notice where that stretch travels all the way up into the hip and the upper buttocks. Drag that right leg back and take a moment to reset in child's pose. Keeping the attention on the area of the hips. Lift through hands and knees. Find one cat and one cow. And then extend the left leg, straight line from the back of the head to the left heel. From here, we'll find our cat and cow, drawing the knee toward the nose, rounding it through the spine, and then lifting the foot to the sky, letting the belly sink and the heart drag through the frame of the shoulders. Rounding through cat, lifting through cow. Couple more. And then step the left foot forward into your lunge. The left hand is at the left instep. Lengthen the right knee back and then engage the left knee to left tricep. Push the left tricep into the left knee. Draw that stability into the hips. And also find this drag of the back knee towards the left foot for a little extra stabilizing through the hips. Now plant extra into the right hand. Take the left hand to the left top of the thigh. Keep reaching the tailbone down and reach the crown of the head away from the base of the spine. Start to spiral through the spine, sinking into the right hip flexor. Breathe into tight areas. Exhales, consciously release any tension. Stay here or bend the back leg. Take the left hand to the blade of the right foot. Take a couple more rounds of breath. Notice the fire that is being stoked in these hip opening shapes. And know that the hips and the bum are the big muscles that take us on these long journeys and create fire. Release. Now shift the hips back so the hip stacks over the right knee. Heel toe the left foot to the center of the mat and lift the left toes up. Bow the heart toward the left knee and breathe into the back of the left leg. Externally rotate the left leg. Notice the stretch. Move into the outer line of the left leg and notice where that stretch travels up into the hip. Drag the left foot back. Take a a moment in child's pose. Child's pose. Bring attention to the area of the hips and bum. And then we will lift into downward dog. Take 5 rounds of breath. Feel free to walk through the feet, warming up into the calves. And then find stillness for a couple of breaths. Push into the knuckles, lengthen the spine. And then bring the feet together. Lift the right leg high, 3-legged dog. Open the hips, stack right hip over left. Bend the knee, let the foot hang behind. And circle the ankle. Other way. Circle the knee, get into that hip socket. And other way. Extend the leg, square the hip, and then draw right knee to nose. Reach it back up. Right knee to nose. Reach it up. One more time, knee to nose. Look under the left armpit, kick the right foot through. Shift into plank, stacking shoulder over wrist, and then float the left arm to stack on top of the right for fallen star. Take a couple of breaths. Bring the left hand back down. Draw the right knee toward the nose. Stretch the leg back up and then lower it to cross behind the left leg. Shifting into wild thing. We'll float into it, left arm side plank, and then float the right arm up and over, lifting the right hip high. Make your way back to downward dog. Plant the right hand, lift the right leg up, lower the foot down, and rest in child's pose. Circle the wrists if they're feeling tight. Make your way back to downward dog. Bring the feet to touch, and then lift the left leg high. Stack left hip over right, bend the leg, let the foot hang behind you. Circle the ankle. And other way. Circle the knee. And other way. Extend the left leg high, square the hips, draw the left knee to nose, stretch it back out. Left knee to nose, stretch it back up. One more time, left knee to nose, gaze under the right armpit, kick the left leg through, shift into plank, shift the weight into the left hand, coming into fallen star. Couple of breaths. Lower the right hand back down, draw the right knee in, stretch the left leg up, and then cross behind the right foot, floating into wild thing. Lift the hips high, stretch the left arm up and over. A couple of breaths. Come back through, 3-legged dog. Lower the knees down, rest in child's pose. Lift back up through downward dog. Gaze forward, walk the feet to meet the hands. Find comfort, hold on to opposite elbows. Let the spine decompress, let the head hang heavy. Shake the head, yes and no. Inhale to slowly unroll up to standing. Roll the shoulders on the back. And then let the hands rest at heart center. Take a couple of breaths. Feel the element of fire and heat in the body. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, twist, open the arms to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, open to the right. One more time, inhale, center. Exhale, open to the right. Hands through heart. Same thing, left side. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, open to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, open to the left. One more time, inhale through center. Exhale, open to the left. And now at the top of the mat, shift the weight into the right foot and start to hinge from the hips, stepping the left foot back slowly, keeping the hips squared, floating into a high lunge. Let's take the hands to the hips to start and really connect with your hips. The outside of the hips, the front of the hip, the back of the hip into the bum. See if you can tuck the tailbone and find a really stable position for yourself. Now we'll do that opening again. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist to the right. This time, stay open. Take the right hand to the left thigh and stretch the left arm up and towards the back for a revolved reverse warrior of sorts. Now keep the twist. Take the left hand to the instep. And then float the right hand to stack over the left. De-rotate, hands come to either side of the front foot. Extend the right leg into a pyramid pose. Bow the heart toward the knee. Step the left foot to meet the right. Again, hang out in your forward fold. Take a couple of breaths to find comfort. Let the head feel heavy. Inhale to unroll back up to standing. Roll the shoulders on the back. Shift the weight into the left foot now. Right foot starts to float. Hinge from the hips, slowly, slow as you can. Shift back into your left high lunge. Hands come to the hips, connect with the side of the hips, front of the hips, back of the hips, or the glutes. Tuck the tail, find that stable position. Hands come to heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, twist to the left. Stay connected to the area of the hips as you twist. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. Inhale up. Exhale, twist. This time, stay twisted. Take the left hand to the right thigh and arch the right arm up and towards the back. Bring the right hand to the left instep and take the left hand to stack over the right hand. Lower the left hand to frame the front foot. Extend the left leg coming into pyramid pose. Bow the heart toward the knee. Step the right foot to meet the left. Again, hang out. Decompress the spine. Relax the head. And unroll up to standing. Roll the shoulders on the back. And then bring the feet hip width apart. Take an inhale here. And exhale. Inhale, sinking into chair pose. Feel the muscles of the hip wrapping around the hip, drawing in strength and stability. Feel the glutes firing up. Feel as though you're dragging your feet away from each other, and see if that fires up extra muscles through your seat. Take a couple of breaths. And exhale to fold. Inhale, neutral spine. Exhale, plant the hands, step or hop back to the plank. And lower all the way down to the mat. Inhale into cobra. Exhale, back down. Keep the elbows pinned together. Inhale into cobra. And exhale, back down. One more time. Inhale into cobra. Exhale, back down. Now we're going to bring the hands to hover just above your mat. Engage shoulder blades towards each other on the back. And then if you can, take your hands behind you, interlock the hands, and reach the hands towards the back of the mat. Press the tops of the feet into the mat. Engage the glutes. That beeping is my dishes are done. And relax, take a breath or two in a neutral spine. And then this time, grab the ankles. We can stay here, or we can begin to kick ankles into the hands. Back and up, back and up, back and up for bow pose. Take a couple of breaths here. Release, shift through cobra and back into child's pose. Take a breath or two. And then from here we'll find pigeon on the right side. Draw right knee to right wrist, right ankle to left wrist. Maybe we're coming almost parallel with the shin, wherever feels comfortable through the right knee. And wherever you can square through the hips. Now start to find stability. Draw right knee towards left knee. Lift the hands, lift the body. And then walk the hands forward, bowing the third eye to connect with the earth. We'll find 10 rounds of breath. Breathing into the right side hip. Now, if you're feeling that you might be close to a release or being able to relax into this deeper, hang out a bit longer. Option as well to walk the hands back towards the hip, bend the back leg, and maybe bring the foot into the crease at the elbow for a couple more breaths. Feeling good. Bring the hands to the earth. Tuck the right knee back. And take a moment in child's pose or downward dog to reset. Integrate. Feel the effects. Take in the information of that shape in your body. And then find it on the left side. Left knee to left wrist, left ankle left to right wrist, stretch the right leg back. Find strong pigeon. Draw the knees towards each other. Drawing that stability into the pelvis. And then hinge forward from the hips, bowing the third eye down, taking 10 rounds of breath. Now you can stay here as long as you need. If you feel you're getting close to a moment of release, you can also walk the hands up, bend the back leg, maybe holding on to the foot or bringing the foot into the crease of the elbow, and take a couple more breaths. Slowly release. We'll bring our hands back to the earth, tag the right leg back, take a moment to rest in child's pose or downward dog. And then we'll find a bit more exploration and stabilizing through the hips. So come through tabletop, plant the balls of the feet, lift the knees to just hover above the mat. And then we'll find some mobility. Keep the left knee exactly where it is. Lift the right hip up and lower the right hip down. Just exploring this motion through our pelvis. Lower the knees down. Come into a side plank on the elbow. So we're going to ground into our left elbow, forearm, and our left knee, and lift the hips into a side plank. Engage the underside body, left rib toward left hip, and then let the right leg float up so it comes parallel with the earth and back down. Feel into the side of the hip, the side of the bum. And find about 5 to 8 little lifts, not going full out, just going full stability wherever you feel most stable and in control. And then come back through table. We'll find that on the other side. Plant the balls of the feet, lift the knees to hover, right knee stays where it is, left hip just finds this little lift up, little hike up and down. What this does is it stabilizes our pelvic girdle, just allows us to explore another action through the hips. And again, just about 5 to 8, we're not trying to overdo it, just exploring. And then we'll find our side plank on the right side, coming down to the right forearm and the right knee. Lift the hips up, extend the left leg, lift the left leg just so it's parallel with the earth and back down. We're just going for about 5 to 8 repetitions. You'll feel all these tiny muscles working through the hips and the bum. And release. We'll make our way to seated. Extend the legs. Feel connection to your sitting bones. And we'll reset in Dandasana. Press the hands to the earth, lift the toes, lift the knees, lift the pelvic floor, lift belly button to spine and up into the ribs. Press hands down, shoulder blades together, tuck the chin. Relax. Now we're going to find Baddha Konasana, but the classical Hatha way. So Hatha way, not like Anne Hathaway. Anyways, soles of the feet together. Knees open and relax. Feel connection to your sitting bones. Wrap your hands around your toes and just lengthen the spine. We're not folding. We're just going to hold here about 10 rounds of breath to really open through the inner line of the legs and hips. Like invite in a few small circles each direction to recirculate your energy here. And then we'll extend the left leg. Right sole of the foot crosses over. Hug that right leg in, wrapping it into the crease of your left elbow. Now you can stay here for a few breaths and feel that nice, relaxing openness through the right hip. Or you can take the right hand behind you, coming into a bit of a twist. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, wait for that moment of release to allow yourself to twist deeper, maybe gazing over the right shoulder. Slowly, you rotate, other side, left foot plants over the right leg. The right arm wraps around that left leg so the knees and crease of the right elbow can stay here if that feels nice through this left hip area, or you can take the left hand behind you. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, wait for that moment of release to twist. Take a couple rounds of breath. All right, de-rotate. We'll plant the feet and we'll unroll onto our backs. Let the knees go into just a little rock side to side. We'll find a twist, lower both knees down to the left. Left hand can rest on top of the right knee. Right hand can open into a T shape or goddess arm. Allow the body to let go and release its weight into its points of contact with the earth below. Now in yoga asana, we're looking for that comfortable, steady place where effort ceases to exist. That is when asana is perfect, because it allows you to be in this meditative state without distraction of your body. Of course, in asana, we do challenge ourselves to eventually work to find that comfortable, steady place. See if you can, for this last shape or two, find that steady, comfortable place. Slowly return the knees to center. Take a moment in a neutral spine to integrate that twist. And then we'll find it on the other side, knees to the right. You can take the right hand on top of the left knee. Open the left arm up to a T or goddess shape and find that place where effort ceases. through center. And I hope you're feeling this free flowing energy after that heat building practice through the hips, and that nice twist to really allow that prana to move through the body. Now we're ready to shift into Savasana, closing the eyes, opening the body in a receptive gesture, and withdrawing our senses inward. Take a few minutes here. Letting go of your breath. Exhaling anger. Inhaling peace. Exhale anger. Inhale peace. Now you can stay here as long as you need. We can start to stretch the body open. Take a few deep breaths and exhale with a yawn or a sigh. Draw the knees slowly into your center and wrap your arms around the shins. Find a little rock side to side. And then roll onto your left side, taking a moment here until you feel ready to press yourself up to a comfy seat. I hope you enjoyed this Sagittarius season practice and that you can come back to it a couple of times this season. I hope you enjoyed feeling this connection to your hips and bum, and if you found a bit of a release of any anger or detoxification of your liver, which I don't know how you'd exactly feel that, but know that that was our intention today. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, or experiences you'd like to share, you can reach out to me at any time. Love you.